Welcome back! In this episode, we made it to Brisbane and we cruise up the Brisbane River for some fantastic city life. We sample some great foods and entertainment at Eat Street. We hit the sandhills in Moreton Bay, and then we're back at the Boatworks for some much needed repairs, and then we finally sail home to Jervis Bay. We reached the mouth of the Brisbane River, passing the port facilities known as the Port of Brisbane. The river is a tidal estuary and is wide and easy to navigate. The waterway is a habitat for a very rare Queensland lungfish, a river cod, and there are plenty of bull sharks. There is also a ferry cat service that collects and delivers passengers along the inner city reaches of the river. At times, we found it very difficult to anchor due to the silt riverbed and the strong tidal flows. We found ourselves dragging several times, and of course, we seem to encounter every weather system no matter where we go. We found ourselves at Eat Street North Shore, a short dinghy ride from Lookamoo. We soon discover it's Halloween. Eat Street is a feast in every sense. The sights, the smells, tastes and the sounds that come to life in this container food village.
We headed up the Brisbane River under the Great Story Bridge, and we passed all manner of vessels on the Brisbane River. This was a really big function ship, and then there are other ships going past all the time. It really is quite a busy place. But we thought we'd get up to the Brisbane CBD, and the lights at night time are really worth the trip. Even though it was a little bit difficult with the tides, it was great.
We left Brisbane River along with some of the weather behind us as we headed across Moreton Bay towards the sandhills. I've just arrived to the big sandhills. Peter's just setting up a little anchor to keep Lookamoo safe while we head up to the big sandhill. We've got a great little chariot to come sliding down on, so it looks very challenging.
We're at the big sand hills, you see them in the background, and we've got our empty beer carton ready to slide down. We're going to go so fast.
Well, I think we will take out the word we and make it you
Yeah, probably me.
and our friends. So come along for the ride.
It'll be good fun.
A nice gluteus maximus burn, quad burn. I think they're going to struggle a little bit, but they will get there and they will come back down quicker than what they went up.
While the sandhills were lots of fun, the midges were absolutely out of control, biting us everywhere, and boy did we pay for it the next day.
Sleeping healing comes in the heart of darkness, out from the abyss, as a light that blinds my eyes, now as a kiss, from sorrow to bliss. In the morning I may rise, but at night I descend in search of heaven. From my veiled and misty mind, where I am broken, there I'll see again. I sing where there are dreary streets, come dance with me. Like blooming seeds from dark reach. We'll see.
Later that day, we headed to the south of Moreton Island to a place called Karingle, which is a holiday destination for a lot of people around Brisbane. What we didn't expect, however, was the massive differences in tide, and we thought we were anchoring in the right position, but the locals came along and told us move our boat, and thank goodness we did.
Yeah. Well, once we safely anchored the tender, we took a walk along this sleepy town. We headed towards the Gutter Bar, which is famous for its local oysters. Well, with a quick wash of our feet to remove the sand, it was time to head inside for a refreshing beverage.
Well, we did take the locals' advice and anchor in a different spot, but it didn't make much difference. The tide still left us high and dry. So, with a bit of a manoeuvring of the boat, we had to drag it across the sand to get it out into the deeper water again. But that wasn't the end of it. All the way back through, we kept hitting the bottom because it was low tide. And boy, was it annoying. It was a long trip back to Lookamoo.
This is what happens when we miscalculate the tide.
Lots of fun. Okay, this is good.
Okay, we're good now.
I'm hopping in.
All right. continue on our journey south as we head down towards the Boatworks. We need to have some maintenance work done on Lookamew. So we're at Boatworks and we're up on the hard and we're getting lots of jobs done. Anti-foul and also replacing some pad eyes for the screecher and the trampolines. So I'm just unlacing the trampolines that they're going to be repaired over the next couple of days. So this is a trampoline. I've just unlaced all of this side here, so now I just have to slide it through there and hopefully it'll just slide off really, really quickly. Okay, you got it?
Okay.
Alright, just pulling out the
Good.
hose. That's great. Let's hope the rest of it's easy to pull out.
Try and pull this.
So we've had a problem with our pad eye that connects up to our bowsprit, and we haven't been able to fly our code 0 because there's a bolt inside the hull here that has sheared off. So we can't access it from within the hull because it's just too small. So it has to be cut out, and they're going to replace it with some steel and put a bigger and reinforced pad eye into that.
It's very scary.
Well, this looks quite solid. It'll hold our screecher. Still got to get this fixed, but there's a big solid plate that sits just up in there. I think that looks pretty good. The Lookamew is prepared now to have the anti-foul put on today. Boys are there still doing some work, but she's looking good. So our props have been taken off because the stern drive oil has been a little bit milky and the seals need to be replaced because there's been a bit of water has got inside of them, which is not good. But anyway, it'll be fixed. And of course, we have the rain, the weather. It's been chasing us all the way down the coast. Well, Lookamew looks fabulous. All the work is done. It's time to splash her back into the water and head home. We left Southport at midnight with a 90 nautical mile sail ahead of us. The sea conditions were fairly benign, with us arriving into Yamba 16 hours later, where we spent a couple of nights. The bar crossing into Port Macquarie looked a bit ominous, but with some local advice from the Marine Rescue on the best approach, we made it easily over the breakers, past the breakwall into the calmer waters of Port Macquarie.
It's always picturesque coming into Port Macquarie with the caravan park on the left hand side as you come in the river. We made it safely into here, but we knew there was a southerly coming, so we went up the river to find a mooring and waited out.
Well, we're back out on the sea again, punching into a little southerly as we continue on our journey south. We spent a few days in Port Macquarie, but it was time to move on. We had a quick overnight stay at Nelson's Bay, and we arrived into Sydney Harbour where we had another overnight stay.
Home. Point Perpendicular Lighthouse, guiding us back into our home port of the beautiful Jervis Bay.
Before we met, I was lost till we could carry on. I'm losing my mind and I can't speak. Can't believe that you're here with me. I'm losing my mind and I can't breathe. Oh, you know that all I want is to be with you. All I need is to be with you. All I see is heaven in your eyes. Is we collide. We come alive. As we collide. We come alive. As we collide. And when we make our mistakes, we'll fight our way through the pain.
This is our grandson Peter, who we haven't seen for several months. He was keen to get behind the helm to take Lookamoo back to her mooring.
I'm losing my mind and I can't breathe. Can't believe that you're here with me. I'm losing my mind and I can't speak.
Acting like jet ski. They're both kind of acting like a jet ski. They're both acting like a jet ski. Oh my god. They're both acting like a jet ski. This is so cool.
As we collide.